Hey Basement Collective, thank you for watching another Basement Collective Battle Report. Today we have something special for you. We have Davis and Aaron. And actually my brother and myself are not playing. They're going to play the game and film it for you guys. So be sure, thank you guys for coming out to film this.
Not a problem.
It's going to be some chaos versus some guard action. Be sure to write a comment in the description below to win one of our free swag items. Every week we'll draw somebody to win a swag item. This month we're giving away Basement Collective dice bags. So just by commenting, you're entered, and we will draw a winner every week based on the previous comments and the previous videos. So enjoy the game, guys.
Alright, so this is Davis here. I'm going to be bringing today the Chaos Space Marines, mostly an Alpha Legion. We're looking at an Alpha Legion battalion along with Death Guard Outrider detachment. So starting in the battalion, we're just going to go this way and go across. So we got ourselves a Hellbrute here. All my Hellbrutes today are armed with twin las cannons and a missile launcher, so that's one of them. Over here, we've got a unit of 5 Chaos Space Marines, guy with a power sword, guy with a flamer. Otherwise I got bolters. Back over here, we got the Slanesh troops. We have the Noise Marines, outfitted exactly like you see them. This is going to be our champion today, along with just a regular sword, not even a power sword, just he's got a chainsword for it. Over here, we got a Sorcerer, an Alpha Legion Sorcerer. We have an Exalted Champion with the Hydra Blade, Blade of the Hydra, something like that. Biting teeth, deals lots of attacks, always good, with a little plasma pistol. And we have Nurgle Chaos Lord, who's got a Power Fist and a Combi Melta. We got another 5-man squad here of Chaos Space Marines, along with a las cannon and a power sword, otherwise bolters. Over here, we've got another 5 Chaos Space Marines, champion, just a bolter. And we have another las cannon. Here's that other Hellbrute, like I said, twin las cannon, missile launcher. Another 5-man squad of Chaos Space Marines, these ones with heavy bolter. There's our champion, but they're all bolters. We've got 11 Khorne Berserkers here. He does in fact have a power fist. Otherwise they all have chain swords and chain axes. He has got a chain sword along with that power fist equipment wise. For our Outrider detachment, we have got Typhus, the Herald of Nurgle today. And he is going to be leading these 3 plague drones. All of them are armed with dual spit launchers, death spit launchers. And don't even really know what they're called, but it makes goo out of guardsmen. So that's it for the Chaos Forces.
Hi folks, and now we're talking Imperial Guard. Catachan green Imperial Guard. These guys have got the biggest guns in the galaxy, and of course we're talking about their strength 4 biceps. So they're going to be led by Colonel Strachan. Relax there, chum. I stole that joke from the internet. So they're going to be led by Colonel Strachan, who's going to give a +1 attack bubble, and Strachan's got one of his lackeys. Once upon a time, this guy used to be maybe a company commander or a platoon commander, but now you buy company commanders just because they're better. So the company commander is going to have the laurels of command. So on a 4+, he gets to order a unit a second time. So perhaps the take aim order and then the bring it down order for reroll ones to hit and reroll ones to wound. So that'd be pretty helpful with the 4 units of infantry squad that we've got. Each one of them has got a plasma gun. First pass, they also had a power sword in each one of these units, but I can't math, so I had to remove the power swords. Over here we've got Sergeant Harker, and behind him are Harker's Hellraisers. So 1 unit of triple flamethrower and heavy flamer, and then 1 unit of triple melta-gun. And all those guys have got shotguns because shotguns are awesome. Harker's Hellraisers are going to ride in style in a couple of those chimeras back there. And the 3rd chimera is going to be for one of the company commanders, the command squad of 4 melta-guns. And because there's always more room in the chimeras and you can use multiple units in there, we're going to put a special weapons squad of 3 plasma guns. The interesting thing about the Guard Codex now is plasma spam was a big deal before, Davis.
Yeah.
And the Codex says, well, you know what? If you want a plasma spam on Ballistic Skill 3+ models, you get to pay more than on Ballistic Skill 4+ models.
Yeah.
So that was really good to make the special weapon squads a little bit more attractive than just more veterans or more command squads. And then we've got, finishing off that first detachment, is a couple of sentinels back there, which is really just for zone controls, and they're gonna go face off against the Khorne Berserkers, trying to keep them away from the lines. if the Khorne Berserkers do get close, luckily we're going to have some Astra Militarum elite support, the Vanguard detachment led by a Primaris Psyker, fully backlit in here, Batman, and an Astropath. And then behind them are 6 Bulgarins with the Brute Shields. Because you can't trust any of these aliens or Psykers, we're going to keep a Commissar around.
Commissar Fancy Pants.
Commissar Fancy Pants. Now, if a more competitive list, he would probably be another company commander, but too bad. And then finally, the big guns of the Imperial Guard are attack tank commander in a Demolisher, another Lehman Russ battle tank behind, a couple of mortars, and a Wyvern to do a heavy support detachment. So that's what we've got. And Davis, what's the mission we've got today?
We rolled up the Cleanse and Control mission. So we each are going to have a objective marker in each other's deployment zone, so we got to run after.
And then we're doing the long arrow deployment zone, so we're pretty much going heads up over this industrial zone here. Let's get this sucker set up.
We are all deployed here. As you can see, we got a pretty good standoff going on. We got some strong Imperial Guard presence in the back there saying, we hold this objective. Well, not really, because the objective is over here. That is a ruse! But as you can see, the Khorne Berserkers did do their little infiltrating deployment, but the scout has advanced towards them with his scout move. Is that going to be helpful for the Imperial Guard, or is it going to be helpful for Chaos? I'm hoping it's going to be helpful for Chaos, having somebody that I can for sure get stuck in combat with. Chaos forces are pretty set up here, trying to take advantage of some of this cover, take advantage of their. You got to be. If you're too close to, if you're not too close to me, then I get -1. So hopefully that'll work out against the Imperial Guard. Not too accurate shooting. So that is it. We're going to go ahead and roll off. Mr. Green, I'll give you the green dice.
Green dice. Davis, you finished deploying first, so you get +1 to your roll.
Yes, sir. Wow, I'm going to spend a point there. There we go.
You're down to 5?
I'm down to 4.
4. Oh, mercy.
Yeah. Do you? All right. Do you wish to re-roll? Because right now I got a 6.
Not a chance.
Okay. Do you want to seize the initiative?
Let's try and seize the initiative on a 6.
It's now rolling tube. 3. Do you wish to re-roll that?
Not a chance.
Okay.
Let's get this game going, guys.
Good luck, sir.
The old left-handed shake.
Left-handed shake. I've gotten pretty good at it.
Yeah. And now I've zoomed in.
Woo. All right. We have finished the movement phase for the Chaos Space Marines. They have moved up, trying to get around. They're going to try to go after those mortar teams over there. They're going to try to maybe do that whole double fabled charge thing. Over here, a bunch of these guys stood still. The Halberd did reposition. He's going to have -1 hit for his heavy weapons. These guys have taken a position behind that big casing of whatever. He's done the same thing. He advanced to that position, but that's really not going to affect it too much. Otherwise, no other movement has occurred. We'll see you at the end of the shooting phase. All right, here we are at the end of the shooting phase. Not a whole lot happened, but the Noise Marines over here, they did fire their music and killed all the mortar teams, ignoring their cover and -1 with their frag round kind of thing. We also have nothing else really did anything. You know, people shot things, people missed things. Halberds all missed their shots, or they failed to wound with their missile launchers in their last hands against anything that they shot at. But hey, you know what? Them's are the breaks. We'll come back at the end of the assault phase, see what's changed. All right, here we are. As you can see, the Khorne Berserkers, they made quick work of that Sentinel, so it turns out moving up probably actually was the right decision. He did block some path, but I did declare the Wyvern as another target. So my guys did roll an 8 inches, which was able to get them in with an inch to spare to that Wyvern, while also engaging the Sentinel. They were able to kill the Sentinel along with help from the Exalted Champion, and they are now locking that bad boy in. So that's going to be pretty good for them. They're not going to be able to be targeting close combat. Aaron did try to spring a vicious trap with the Catachans as they charged through this ruin.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. Nothing happened. They didn't go off. But we'll see if maybe he is going to be able, well, more than likely, he is going to be able to regroup and rally at during his turn 1. See you then.
All right, guys, the Imperial Guard do what the Imperial Guard do, and that is back up to the table edge.
Somehow, he was able to find an inch. Somehow!
There's always a phantom inch.
Look at that. Look at that. Just 1 inch out. What a jerk.
Aside from that, in the Chimera, a bunch of melted gunners came out. Sergeant Harkers cheering them on from a safe distance in behind. battle cannons each moved under 6 inches, so their turret weapons are going to be shooting twice, and also they're going to be grinding advanced, so they're not going to be affected. Their hull weapons are, but whatever. Aside from that, infantry move forward in the middle. Colonel Strachan is rolling in his Chimera, and the Bulgarian advanced 5 inches on top of their normal 6-inch move to get ready to deal with whoever's going to go through the industrial complex in the middle. That fetid bloat drone is going to get flamed by this hellhound, and then we'll have to deal with that sucker. So,
and then we'll be totally okay.
Then we'll be totally okay. So we're going to get our shields up with our psychic powers, and we'll see how it goes after I try and defend probably the Lehman Russes with -1 to hit and +1 to their save. Alright guys, we're here at the end of the psychic and shooting phase for the Imperial Guardsmen. We did get a psychic barrier. What does that do? +1 of the saving throw on this Lehman Russ. What I was worried about is the Khorne Berserkers charging in, somehow getting around everybody. But that won't be a problem anymore, because Harker's Hellraisers came out, shotguns firing, melt-the-guns firing, and they cleaned up most of those Khorne Berserkers, but the real champion actually turned out to be this Chimera with the heavy flamer on top, because Davis was rolling ice cold. Aside from that, the grinding advance from the 2 Lehman Russes was pretty sharp. I think the Lehman Russ battle tank ended up rolling 11 shots at one point, which was pretty incredible. And then finally, a real nice utility stratagem was mobile command vehicle for a command point. I was able to use Sergeant Harker to order this infantry squad to shoot its plasma gun.
Strachan!
Oh yeah, it's Strachan in there. I love Harker though. Anyways, this infantry squad, in particular with plasma gun in there, was able to clean up the Exalted Champion over there. Gotta say, Davis's dice were ice cold, but that's what makes me a better Warhammer player than him. Aside from that, we did move on to the Imperial Guard assault phase, which was a sentinel in the middle, eating tons of heavy flamer shots from that fetid bloat drone. Really, I just wanted to shut that thing down so it couldn't get at the Bulgarian. At any rate, we're gonna see what the Chaos Space Marines can do to push back against this Imperial Guard nonsense.
Alright, so the forces of chaos are trying to get out of there, trying to make things work with what we got left going, which is still lost. Khorne Berserker's unfortunate, but we'll make it work. So we had the fetid bloat drones. One of them pulled out of combat because he just flies, and he was able to get up to those crates. The other ones came out from behind here. They're going to go up to here, try to kill off that sentinel, even though it's just an annoying sentinel. Hopefully that all works out pretty well. Otherwise, everyone's just kind of hanging back. We'll try to shoot him down. He does have those minuses, which are what made those attacks before a little less deadly. So we'll see how it works. Okay, things aren't going too well for the Forces of Chaos. They decided to just turn off their guns or something. They were able to kill the Sentinel over here with the Flamers. They put a couple wounds on there, and a good last cannon shot did make it and severely hurt the Wyvern. Other than that, failed half of my wound rolls against those guys over there with the sonic weapons. Did kill 4 guys here, no one ran. And I killed a few guys over there, and a few of them ran. Otherwise, everything failed to hit or to wound, which is really hurts. That's when you struggle to find enjoyment, to try to say, oh my god, what's going to go on? Do I have any chance? But you do. I'm in okay position. Hopefully my luck can turn, and his luck can turn as well, because Aaron did make a number of 6s for his saves, although really not that many. It was really just not able to get it on. So we'll see. Hopefully I'll be able to strike back in turn 3. See you then.
End of the guard, movement and psychic phase. Over here on this side, the infantry squad with a couple of plasma guns are going to move up into rapid fire range of that fetid bloat drone. And also we've got a hellhound here, so hopefully we can put some work in on it and maybe do 1 or 2 wounds. In the middle parking lot, we've got several chimeras that have all got smokes popped on them. They are trying to navigate this industrial area in the middle. It's very challenging to move infantry through. The other 2 fetid bloat drones that Davis has got set up in the middle are really acting as a deterrent. So I advanced the Bulgarian forward to try and limit their movement. So those bloat drones, of course, are going to pop up high and do some other nonsense. But got to do what you got to do. It was going to be an enormous charge for the Bulgarian. So instead, they just advanced forward and plugged everything up. So now they're going to be in range to start doing work, hopefully on their 3rd turn. Psychic phase, I was able to get some defenses up on my Lehman Russ Demolisher tank cannon. It's got Psychic Barrier cast on it. So hopefully between that and the smokes, most of my interesting stuff is going to be well defended. And we've got the melta guns going up on this side, and it's smoked as well. So let's see what we can do in the shooting phase. Hopefully we can do some damage to that feathered bloat drone, but aside from that, it's mostly just redeploying. End of the guard shooting phase of a whole bunch of nothing. This Leman Russ battle tank took the order to activate dune buggy mode to move again with another advance, and it managed to clear 15, 16 inches of distance. Aside from that, everything else had advanced and popped smoke, so there was really no shooting in the middle and really not much to shoot at because of the -1 to hits of the noise marines back there and the rest of their concert goers and what are they called? Groupies. Anyways, a couple of overcharging plasma guns over here managed to not burn their fingertips and put a couple of wounds on this feathered bloat drone. It did make one disgustingly resilient save. It's so disgusting because it's not painted.
All right, continuing the fast game. Fed bloat drone, Typhus showed up, and he decided, okay, I'm going to be here. I'm going to have my little bubble to try to create a little bit of extra mortal wounds. These guys moved to some different positions. Oh, you know what? I haven't even shot the noise marines. Be right back. All right. So yeah, here we are at the end of Chaos turn 3, and probably soon going to be Chaos the game. Even though I've got some good resilient stain power, so maybe I'll be able to stick around for another turn. Just not being able to do anything. Forces are well equipped to take on these forces, but either missing or failing to wound, just not doing any damage. I killed a squad of dudes there. I killed an Ogren with 2 wounds from a smite and 1 wound from shooting and everything. Aaron did activate their extra save, which did help them out a lot. Killed 3 guys over there, and that was it. That is all my army is capable of dealing, it seems. So we will see you at the end of turn 3 for the guard.
Well, I'm having way more fun than Davis is, and I'm going to plan on keep on having fun because until now, Imperial Guard never win. I'm telling you, it's my skill that's gone up, not the book. Anyways, what we've got over here is we've got a bunch of veterans that got out of there, 2 chimeras, and another chimera went rolling up. Strachan's leading the charge because fortune favors the foolish, as you've heard me say before. Anyways, Strachan with a bunch of melta guns have moved right up in front of that feted bloat drone. We've got more plasma guns beside, ready to fire into that feted bloat drone, and then in the back, we've got a heavy flamer and 3 flamers, as well as an officer back there that are also going to be shooting at that bloat drone. I'm hoping to drop one of them down. The Bulgren in the middle are hopefully going to kill a bunch of noise marines, and then on the far side, not noise marines,
just
regular old marine. And then on the far side, Harker's Hellraisers have gotten out. They're going to start popping the guys up top. Those guys are the noise marines, and they've got a Leman Russ that has made a nice flanking maneuver coming around the side. It's going to get to shoot twice with grinding advance. So let's see how that works out for us. All right, here we go. End of guard, moving and shooting and psychicking and kicking ass. All these veterans that came out took the orders of the laurels of command in the back. The heavy flamers and the flamers took a bunch of shots and were able to both use the Catachan burn them out order as well as reroll 1s to wound and put a couple of wounds on this feted bloat drone. But most of the action came from the plasma guns in the back. Again, rerolling 1s to wound and overcharging. This bloat drone's got 3 wounds left.
Did you just call me a bloat drone?
I did not call you a bloat drone, my friend. Anyways,
but maybe not a drone.
This Yahoo's got 3 wounds left, and Harker is going to go in there and stab it in the face. In the middle, the Bulgren used another stratagem to fire off their frag bombs. It's another 1 command point ability that lets every model in a unit up to 10 throw grenades. So they were able to kill a couple of Chaos Space Marines that way. On the far end, Harker's Hellraisers whiffed big time. They got out, they shot a bunch, but the Space Marines were in cover. Noise Marines,
I don't think
one
they
of them
really
did
whipped.
die.
For once, I actually rolled well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Davis made some saves.
I made 2 6-up saves. That's it.
That's it. he's recovered his skill at this game, at the dice rolling portion anyways. He's got the supple wrists happening. Anyways, Parker's boys here, they're going to get lit up pretty hard. Let's see what happens when the Ogrins charge in, when Strachan charges in, and that bloat drone gets to shoot its flamer. Alright, so Strachan's push was mostly successful. This bloat drone has got 1 wound left, so it gets to fly away, if it can even fly. And the Ogrins as well brought the other bloat drone down to 1 wound left. And there are 2 Space Marines there as well. Strachan didn't have to make any saves because this bloat drone is retired, and the Bulgrin were successful making several 1-up saves when they were required to. There we go, it's on Davis.
All right, we finally have received some ability to do things. Rolls did happen, and results did happen. I was able to actually kill things. I'm honestly was able to shoot the same amount of stuff as I have every turn, but I actually got stuff done. I was able to kill all those units, all those boys of Harker, put some damage on that Chimera. I killed 2 Bulgrins and put a wound on another, and I killed off a bunch of infantry over here. And Strachan getting slayed the Warlord. The Destroyer Hive from Typhus actually doing very well. He rolled not that many shots, but he hit with almost all of them, which was very lucky. Was able to kill Strachan's little shield of dudes. So there we go. We are going to go ahead and move on to turn 4 of Aaron of the Guard.
The Imperial Guard are closing in around the castle here. We did the whole guard turn, psychic, shooting, all that good stuff, even the assault phase. There was a fetid bloat drone here. He was ordered to be shot up. What did end up getting him? I think it was the Chimera at the back there that ended up getting him. Remind me, Davis, we still have to resolve Typhus's ass kicking of this Chimera up front.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Although I doubt it'll do much. He actually only has 4 attacks now. We'll just quickly do it on camera here. He actually hits with all of them.
I doubt it's going to do much.
He only wounds once.
3-up safe. Give her.
-3. He's already takes 3 damage.
That's because Davis is rolling.
Yeah. It's all good.
Anyways, the Laurels of Command continued to kick butt. These flamers here were ordered to reroll their flamer shots and got like a dozen between 3 of the flamers and reroll wounds. They put a bunch more wounds on the fetid bloat drone that was in front of them. It popped. I got all 3 this turn, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the Ogrin popped the last one like a bloody pimple. But when this one popped, it did manage to explode, and it took mortal wounds off of a whole bunch of stuff. I dropped an Ogrin. I dropped one of these Space Marines down here. We dropped one of the veterans as well. Anyways, that was good. And then on the other side, the tanks are moving forward, and we're going to see what we can do with these Noise Marines. I think Davis is going to end up winning just because he's going to be sitting on that objective. He's going to win on first blood, which is the best way to win this game. And that's it. Davis is going to go into his turn 5 now and see what he can push back. He had a very successful turn 4, and his dice are starting to heat up finally.
All right, so we have tried to put down the Ogrins, and we have failed to do so. There are 2 of them. They're still left. I was able to knock down 1. Again, everything just couldn't get through those invincible slab shields, along with the +1 onto their saves from the Psyker. Otherwise, I was able to blow up the Chimera with the Noise Marines, the regular sonic weapons, and then he rolled a 6, and then he rolled another 6, which ended up killing Sergeant Harker. So that's one way to try to kill guys. Meanwhile, over there, Typhus took another 3 wounds off that Chimera. One more turn of that, he'll be able to finish that off. Hopefully that'll do it, because right now it's turn 5. If I can hold onto this objective for just a little bit longer, then that might end up being the game. Hopefully I can just take out these guys. We'll see you at the end of Imperial Guard turn 5, and we'll see if the game ends.
All right, end of guard, moving and shooting, and awesomeness. We're pretty much swarming through the middle of the board. The Bulgrin move forward. They're going to be climbing the scaffolding to get up onto the newly vacated objective number 2. On their way by, there was 1 Chaos Space Marine, and I think the Bulgrin were trying to throw one of their frag bombs up onto the upper level, but they dropped it.
And got 6.
Yeah, they kind of rolled a 6 and kind of nuked that single Chaos Space Marine. Over here, the Chimera backed up, and these guardsmen here with their flamers managed to put a couple of wounds on Typhus. This Hellhound, which has miraculously survived the game with still 9 hull points, put another couple of wounds on Typhus, and this heavy bolter at the back, which has just been a pillbox of a Chimera, put another wound or so on Typhus. He's down to 2 wounds, and we're about to charge him. Over here, the Bulgrin have got probably an 8-inch charge. We're going to measure it out and roll it live because there's nothing left on the board. And aside from that, the 2 Demolisher tanks also helped clean out some room so the Bulgrins would be able to charge up. Davis, what's our official distance?
Official distance is an 8.
Official distance is an 8. Are we going to throw a challenge flag?
I believe this guy, the official distance is only going to be a 5.
Official distance is a 5. We are no longer going to be challenging that because that's a really good roll. Okay, so we're going to roll this 5. If I can make the 5, we're going to be in business, and then we're going to charge over on Typhus as well off camera because
Alright,
Last cannon,
awesome. Overwatch.
Oh no, Overwatch. And the other guys can't see him, so...
The other guys can't even see him.
Sucker. Can I get a 5? A 1 plus a 5 is a 6. Folks, we are contesting the objective. We're going up the hill. Davis, bring us home.
Oh, this guy's right here.
Yeah, he's dead too. Okay, I'll let you know how it works out, folks. Okay, so at the end of the assault phase, Typhus made several disgustingly resilient saves against the 2 officers that I had here, the officer and the commissar with their power swords. He was wounded at least twice, and at least 2 went through, but he was able to make his 5 up disgustingly resilient saves, saving Warlord for at least now, so he's in a brutal close combat against some guardsmen.
He's actually not the Warlord.
He's not the Warlord?
He's not the Warlord, he is.
Oh, mercy. Thanks for correcting me all this time, Davis. Aside from that, the Ogryn were able to make their ninja climb up. When they did make their rolls, they killed 1, maybe 2 Space Marines. They rolled really poorly to hit, but they did manage to make 3, 4 armor saves in return. So, as it stands, Davis is objective securing, objective number 2. I'm holding number 1 with like a badly beaten Rhino. Davis has got Warlord, I've got Linebreaker, he's got First Blood, so he's hoping for his crappy dice rolling to continue.
1 or a 2?
Give me the 1 or 2.
1!
1! All right, thank you very much, folks. The game ends, the castle prevails, it's 10:30, and this father of 2 young children gets to go to bed! All right, left-handed handshake here. Davis will be back with a quick post-game show. Thanks very much, folks.
Thank you for tuning in to another Basement Collective battle report. This was Salty Davis.
Salty Davis.
You guys have had a few experiences with the fun Davis. This was definitely the saltier Davis. But, you know, Imperial Guard, I think actually the Imperial Guard were fine. Definitely you got some great stuff. Every time you re-rolled for your how many shots, with the exception of maybe 2, you always got more, which was great. I know that wouldn't always be the case. So harder to judge from that, but even then it wasn't backbreaking to have those shots, at least because I had the -1 from the Alpha Legion.
Yeah, I thought the Alpha Legion being -1 really forced me to go forward, but it was nice to be able to be greedy with firing my battle tanks and the Hellhound and pretty much everything. I was able to keep rolling again and again, and all of a sudden 2, maybe 3 shots were turning into 9 or 10, or I think there was one time I was rolling 11 or 12 and it was pretty obnoxious.
Oh yeah, you went from like rolling, 3, well, by the way, yeah, well, technically we were kind of doing a bit out of order when we were doing things. I know you guys didn't see it in the video, but like we'd just roll both the shots for the battle cannon together. Because they're shooting at the same thing, why not? They're shooting at the same thing, and the first battle cannon shot wasn't going to wipe the squad, so yeah, exactly. So you just roll both of them, re-roll both of them if they were screwy. So yeah, went from 3 up to 11. Yeah, you know. I think between that and the Bulgrin being able to being buffed with -1 to hit, or +1 to their wounds, or dropping a command point stratagem for another +1 to their save. Yeah, you can make them a 0-up save. They definitely made 40 saves over the course of the game. Yeah, I think you maybe rolled 2 1s on their regular saves. Yes, their biggest hits were against Smite, which is a great way. If you can drop mortal wounds on something, that's how you try to take them out. Whether it's 2+ saves or obnoxious and vulnerable saves, mortal wounds are definitely an excellent tool to have. Yeah, exactly, and being able to dish them out. Now, that was something that I definitely noticed. Very few sources of mortal wounds from your arm. Absolutely. Yeah. I was definitely playing the reroll game on the reroll to wound. And I don't think the +1 strength from Catachans ever really factored in. No, even with Harker going from strength 6 up to strength 7 against the bloat drone, he just didn't have enough attacks. And even he was giving himself +1 attack, and he was giving 4 veteran guardsmen an extra attack. That's not the right application for him. The right spot for him is
30 annoying conscripts.
Yeah.
And just give them 60 attacks. Who cares if they're hitting on 5s? Who cares if it takes you 75 minutes to resolve the 1 assault phase? I mean, that's the right spot for them, so.
I have to say, definitely for myself, this was the first time I kind of played this kind of list for Alpha Legion, where I really had to just hang back for the game. Don't think I'm going to be doing it again. I don't like the hang back. I've loved close combat too much in my days to hang back. Hanging back and just shooting all day, despite the ineffectualness, even if it was effective, I wouldn't really enjoy it. I think I'm going to go back to my close combat ways, hopefully coming out with Tyranids for my next game.
That'd be fantastic. Just from a list design perspective, the -1 to hit on your stuff that you got to stay at home, fantastic for the Noise Marines. Likewise for Cadians, if you're going to put a bunch of, what's the heavy weapons attachment there, the heavy support attachment?
Spearhead.
Spearhead, yeah. A bunch of mortars and las cannons back there with 1 officer. That's gravy. That's how you're going to do that moving
That's how
forward.
you're going to win, but is that really how you want to play? Maybe you.
No. That means buying more Cadian models. No, we're not doing that.
Well, thank you guys very much for joining in. We had a pleasurable game. Thank you again to the Basement Collective for hosting us here today. If you guys are watching from the interwebs, considering coming up to Sudbury, we do have the beer and pretzels going on. I think the list right now is full, but in case there are openings, still do consider signing up.
I would encourage you to consider signing up on the
Dark Shard forums.
Dark Shard forums is where we're a little bit more active than on the Facebook group for Beer and Pretzels Open. At any rate, we will guaranteed have drops, and is it October 17th or October 18th? Whoever's on the waiting list, first money in, first ticket to play.
That's it. Thank you very much, folks. Take care.
Thank you very much, you guys, for playing today, and as well, make sure to leave your comments to be entered into this week's giveaway for Basement Collective Swave. Again, thank you very much, guys, so much for playing. Have yourself a great night.
Oh, yeah.
I can't speak.
Alright guys, thank you for watching that battle report. Once again, thank you to Aaron and Davis. Now we're going to go ahead and draw the winner for last week's giveaway, and that's going to be the comment you see on your screen right now. Congratulations to John Best for winning one of the Basement Collective dice bags. Be sure to comment down below for your chance to win the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and John, please send us a message to claim your prize. Have a great day.